Instagram and Twitter. But one universal thing through all those things, and as marketing changes, is people love a good story.
Speaking of good stories, I actually have a really good story to share. Last night I went to Banbridge of all places, and I'm saying Banbridge of all places because I've actually never been to Banbridge for like a tech or marketing meetup. But last night I attended the Armagh, Banbridge, Craigavon Borough Council agricultural event, which is a part of the new agricultural strategy. But what they're doing is running these events on marketing, business and more, and just sort of getting people in the room to chat and converse about the business. And I'm so glad that I went. There's going to be some short clips next just about what I've learned, but even the likes of, I got to meet a business owner from Jackson Rose who gifted me this ginger wine. It's absolutely deliciously tasting stuff. But that's a sort of an example of the people in the room, people who are into sort of setting up food businesses in Northern Ireland. And Visible Building, we went down there to sort of, because we want to serve like all over Ireland, Northern Ireland, Belfast, but specifically looking, at that wider sort of region and sort of looking outside of Belfast and spreading out the likes of Craigavon, Armagh, even going down to Dublin and stuff like that in the future. So here's a short video about what we learned. Also, just I wanted to highlight that it was so cool that they talked a bit about artificial intelligence, and there's something really interesting about the speed of growth in GPT chat that not to sort of put down Northern Ireland and the tech scene, but to sort of say, how amazing is it that, within, a year of GPT launching properly, it's being talked about at local marketing events by Northern Irish experts in the field. So well done everyone in Northern Ireland, it's great to see, and here's some footage from the night. Cheers.
As Clive has said, I'm Nicola Wilson and I'm Head of Economic Development Services with Armagh City, Banbridge and Craigavon Borough Council, and it's my privilege to be with you here today at this wonderful Food Heartland Network event, and the second one of the year. It really follows on the success from the first network meeting that we held in February, where I hope some of you were able to attend, and we heard from Professor Chris Elliott, and we're delighted to return tonight for our second event, Getting the Most from Marketing, How to Tell Your Story. So to give you an idea of what the evening holds, we will hear from local businesses, Long Meadow Cider, Rosemount Cottage Farm Meats and Holy Smokes BBQ Shack, who will give us a flavour of their unique business stories. Southern Regional College are also here to tell us about their photography facilities at their Banbridge campus and the array of assistance that they have available to support local businesses.
No necessarily one right answer, but one of the key things that always comes across in business, whatever you focus on to a degree will prosper for it. You certainly won't take everything for it, but you'll take quite a number of things for it, and I hope you'll learn from some of the fantastic businesses we have talking tonight. So we've three businesses that are actually going to come up and introduce themselves in a minute. I'm going to ask you all to come up now if that's alright. We've got Tom from Holy Smokes, we've got Catherine from Long Meadow Cider, and we have Colin from Rosemount. Can I ask you first to introduce your business, and then I'll give you that. You can either walk about, do what you like with it.
I'm Tom from Holy Smokes, outside Portadown, and we're an American barbecue, but when we started we wanted to be unique, so we're like an Irish fusion American barbecue. So if you've ever been in America and had American barbecue, you'll find sometimes it's quite what I would call dirty smoke. Over here we not really have fussed on us, so what I tried to do was find a happy medium, and in doing so, instead of putting rubs on our meats, we would use local apple wood and do things like that there, where it's infusing local produce, but it's given that bit of a touch and it gives a bit of a unique flavour.
I'm Colin from Rosemount Cottage Farm Meats. Business started off, I suppose, 3 years ago, and young farmers just in exchange had an idea, just was looking to take on my dad's farm, which he was renting out at the time. Knew the standard way of working things on a farm wasn't really going to work, just buying livestock at one stage of the year and then selling the next. I needed something for cash flow. So the one thing that I thought about doing was selling my own meats through the farm. So
I'm Catherine from Long Meadow Cider, operational family-run business. We grow primarily the PGA Bramley apple. We were always apple growers from about 55 years ago, and then recently, about 10, 12 years ago, we diversified and we now produce our own craft ciders, apple juice and apple cider vinegar. From that, we've diversified slightly further in that we now offer bespoke experiences on our family farm. They have taken off now really significantly, surprised us at how much they have taken off. As I say, we're only doing those now about 4 years, but we would have a lot of national, international visitors that would come to the family farm to see what we actually do and to see the whole process, really from the apple growing on the tree to the finished product in the bottle.
I suppose really things from the last 3-4 years, learnt a heck of a lot about all different things all right across the board. For me, it was try and keep your marketing consistent as possible. I would have a habit there of, if there's a lot going on the farm, there has been this last sort of month or two there with the lamb and stuff, the farm has sort of took more of my time, and the meat side and the pet food side has sort of suffered a wee bit on the marketing side, and then which then has resulted in sort of sales. So it's a matter now of just trying to turn that around now that the lamb and stuff's over. But that's what I just need to learn myself. Still trying to learn to manage my time better and get posts all right worded, and trying to then learn all about taking good photos for a start. Never was good at the photography either, so having to try and learn about that, and trying to get cows and sheep to stand look nice for photos, as well as get good photos of meat and the thing.
I suppose the things to do and the things that we have done in the past is just take help wherever you can get it.
We have a very small menu. If you've ever been, with 5 stable dishes, and we always said if we're going to do it, you have to do it right, but you have to do it. We have people come every weekend from Dublin, Drogheda, Belfast, everywhere, and they're driving past 30-40 restaurants to come to us. And one of the things I said, we have to be unique, and in being unique, we make every component. We make our own sauces.
Just to explain, I was so inspired by what I heard there, and I'm really under pressure. What I wanted to do with these, I'll leave them on the table down here because this is something that our students do. It's the design centre, and it gives it a kind of context for what we're about to see. These are students or degree students. They're doing projects mostly outside of what they're being taught. They're doing it because they're keen, you know, they want to learn about working for businesses and stuff like that.
The story, you know, I'm looking at say what you see, but that's exactly what your customers are doing, and that story is being told. And I suppose some of the things that I've learned more recently is you know, about video is short, it's snappy, it's allowed to be quirky, but you know, be authentic, and that word that we do in old style marketing is where it's at now. You
Principles are the same. When I started out, we had MySpace, and then we had Beagle, and then everybody was on Facebook, and now we have TikTok and Instagram and Twitter. But one universal thing through all those things, and as marketing changes, is people love a good story.
A great product. You're scrolling through, it made me stop. Cider still in the room? Ah,
A couple of AIs to write a social media post about. So basically, there's two that we've been looking at. One is Google Bard, and the other one is ChatGPT, which is probably the more famous of the two. And basically, I said to it, can you write a social media post for Long Meadow Cider's new range? And that was it. That's all I said. So Google Bard gave me introducing Long Meadow Cider's new range. We're excited to announce the launch of a new range of ciders. This range includes a variety of flavours to suit everyone's taste, from our classic dry cider to our new and improvised sparkling cider. So it's given me detail already. The dry cider is made with a blend of apples that gives it a crisp, refreshing taste. It's perfect sipping on a hot day and pairing with food.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to grab the mic here because my Armagh City, Banbridge and Craigavon Borough Council is extremely fortunate to be represented by such a wealth of high quality farms, businesses, talented producers and hospitality providers in the agri-food sector.